Hi, we're showing you today how to install the 3-stage countertop drinking water filter. And here's the housing. It has the tubing attached with the diverter valve, and here's the outlet where your finished water will come out. These are the 3 cartridges and the wrench. Okay, so you'll notice that the base of your housing has each sum is numbered 1, 2, and 3. And your cartridges are also numbered 1, 2, and 3. And each of these cartridges are fulfilling a different function regarding reducing the contaminants in your drinking water. We're showing the combination for Metro Vancouver, which most of you will probably be buying from us, but we have different combinations for people in different areas. Okay. So next we're going to install the cartridges into the housing. But really good idea before you do that is to wash your hands. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting in cartridge number 3. And just here, let's open this. And you'll notice these carbon cartridges, number 2 and number 3 are carbon cartridges. And you'll notice the carbon cartridges have a rubber gasket at both ends. You can see down the middle. And it's going to, I'm going to put the first one, which is number 3, is the one I'm putting in first, on the stand sitting at the base here. And then I'm going to take the lid and I'm going to screw it on, being careful that that O-ring does not come out. So, we're going to tighten these up more thoroughly for number 2. These blocks are made in the US and they're really good quality carbon blocks. And then this is the sediment filter. Instead of being rigid like those, it's fibrous. It's a 1 micron sediment filter. And you'll actually notice if you held them all up beside each other before you put them in here, it's slightly taller, just slightly taller than these others. So when we tighten this one, we're going to have to tighten it just a little bit more because it's going to get smushed in there, whereas those other 2 are sealed because of the rubber gaskets that are at either end of them. So, oops, Daisy, this one on, and I'm just gonna show you a little trick too, because if you're finding that your O-rings are falling out when you turn those over, what you can do is put them in the canister and then install them this way. Okay, so now it's time to use your half-circle wrench. And remember, right is tight, left is loose. So we want to go right, which is clockwise. And we're going to slide this over the top of each of these sumps or housing covers. And we're going to tighten them till we feel it really snug up. And then we'll do that with number 2. You can also do this with rubber gloves, or a guy can do it just with strong hands, but for some of us this wrench is helpful. And then we'll do the same with number 3. Okay. Now, a word of warning about tightening, because you can over-tighten these, and you do not want to do that. Obviously, you want it tight enough so that there's no leak, but you don't want to over-tighten either. So it makes it much harder to open them down the road, and also you can damage the O-ring and create problems for yourself if you over-tighten. So do not over-tighten. Okay, so now we're going to hook your water filter up to the end of your tap You want to make sure this is positioned so that the faucet is aimed into the sink. And then we just line the threads up on these two pieces and screw it on. Okay, and so now we're ready to flush the cartridges, and we're going to flush for 10 minutes and cold water. You only want to run cold water through a carbon drinking water filter. So that's our next step. So I'm going to turn the cold water on, pull the plunger out. The water's now being directed into the housing. It's going to take a moment before the water comes out because it has to force a lot of air out first. That's the black water coming out, forcing the carbon fines out. And now the water's starting to run clear, and just let it run for about 10 minutes and then you'll be good to go. Thanks for watching. Hi, we're showing you today how to install the 3-stage countertop drinking water filter. And here's the housing. It has the tubing attached with the diverter valve, and here's the outlet where your finished water will come out. These are the 3 cartridges and the wrench. Okay, so you'll notice that the base of your housing has, each sum is numbered 1,